Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. We are blessed to be joined by an icon.
Ooh.
That's right, I'm calling you an icon. She is Sarabeth Levine.
Hi.
She is a pastry chef, jam maker, restaurateur, and author of a wonderful book. One of my wife's favorites. It's called Sarabeth's Bakery, From My Hands to Yours. How you doing?
I'm great.
I have to tell you, we are taping early in the morning at our Tisch WNAT studios here at Lincoln Center, and one of the things I picked up about you already is that you get up about 5:30, you're ready to go.
You got it.
You're here at the studio, we're taping at 10 in the morning, and you're like, look, let's get going because I have things to do.
And I'm early. I'm sitting early.
What is your morning like?
Well, I get up early, as you said, have a little coffee, get myself together, and I go down to the bakery. I wake up when my eyes open, and I'm ready to go, like you said. You have to love what you do to be ready to go early.
You know, it's interesting. You got this great book out now, and a lot of people know who you are, and hopefully more people know who you are after this. But your story didn't start out like that 31 years ago. Tougher times, right?
Yes.
Describe what you were going through.
Well, I had been going through a divorce and not really sure what I wanted to do with my life. My career hadn't really started. I was doing a few things, but it really didn't sing out Sarabeth. And my brother came from Boulder, Colorado, my brother Mel, to visit, and we went to see my aunt. Our family had this amazing recipe, and it was my aunt's mother-in-law who made this amazing orange apricot marmalade. And when grandma died, there was no more marmalade. And we knew that Ruth kind of knew how to make it, even though she never made it, and even though grandma used to hide in the basement and make it. And that day when we went there, we said to her how much we had missed seeing, and we had hoped when she served us tea that there would be this glorious jar of our fantastic marmalade. So she says to us, get a pencil, here's a piece of paper. I'm going to write down what you need to have to make this. We're going to make it today. My brother Mel and I are sitting there, and we're saying, Ruth is going to make this marmalade today. We're making it. We're going to the store. And that was how I learned to make this marmalade. And, you know, not knowing at the time the real story behind it, we thought that grandma had brought this marmalade from Paris to New York.
But it came from where?
But it really came from the Bronx, where she was living.
Great things come from
where
the Bronx.
we now make it, which is very interesting. And it was given to her to support her family when things weren't great. So it's really interesting that this marmalade came to me when life wasn't particularly terrific for me.
Yeah, but then you start out, and you got to get in, and you got to get in the door. Because people look at successes and they go, wow, how terrific. You have this great book, you have this great brand, everyone knows who you are.
But it didn't start there.
It didn't start there. Step by step, you have to get in the door. You have to get people to put your product out there, right?
Well, you have to believe in the product. I accidentally made it for an opening of a small cafe. When I met my husband, I made him the marmalade. And he said, oh my God, this is amazing. Maybe you should make it for the opening of this little cafe. He was a contractor at the time.
Right.
And so this was my second husband. And life had starting to change at this point. I had the marmalade, I met Bill.
Is that you and Bill?
That's me and Bill in our apartment.
Yep.
Making marmalade.
Here in New York.
Right. So I made it for the opening of the cafe, and everybody loved it. So I said,
there's a buzz.
Yeah, a buzz. So I said, why don't I just put some in a jar now and kind of take it around? And that's what happened. I had to develop the name, I had to develop a look, and it just started. And we moved it out. We began in the apartment, and then we moved it on to 80th in Amsterdam. And there we were, making marmalade and the little bakery that began there. And it just happened. I didn't plan it, we didn't think it, it just happened, and it's because I loved it. So I would really just get up early. He'd have to walk me to the space because we couldn't, to the shop because, that 79th Street wasn't particularly attractive in 1981.
Why a breakfast cafe?
It just happened. When you have marmalade and you have other jams beginning and you have pastry, it's natural to eat breakfast. So I could see that people wanted to eat.
I want to ask you this, because a lot of people watching, tough economic times, right? People say to themselves, I'd love to get a great job out there, but if working for someone else may or may not be in the cards, some of those same people and others are saying to themselves, Sarabeth, maybe I could do my own thing. maybe I could be my own boss. Maybe I could be an entrepreneur. Forget about the odds. What are some of the keys to being a success?
Well, it's a little more difficult today than it was 31 years ago.
But never easy.
But it's never easy. And I think if they have a product or something that they love to do, they have to start really small. My feeling is that if you want to be in the food world, go work in the food world for a little bit. Doesn't matter what you do, whether you're prepping, whether you're side by side with a chef, get started. See if you really like it. If you don't love it, this is not for you. Because this is hard work. This is not going to work, sitting at the computer, et cetera, et cetera. This is physical work. This is getting up early. This is being in charge. This is organizing. This is, you know, a lot of things go on with a business. We don't only just have the jam factory and the bakery now down on in the Chelsea market. We have lots of restaurants. There's 9 restaurants, soon to be yet another one.
Do you love the business part of it?
I do.
You love the business part of it and the creative part.
But I'm mainly in the creative part. I understand the business part, but the great thing is that my husband is in business with me, so he handles a lot of the business part.
Is that good?
It's fantastic.
Hold on. My wife and I always say we'll never be in business together.
No, it's fantastic.
It's good for a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, fabulous.
Because?
Because we understand each other. We have a common goal.
What happens when you come home at night?
We talk about it sometimes, a little bit. A lot of times we talk about it in the morning before we go off to he goes to the factory and I go downtown.
I got to ask you this, minute left. I wish I had more time. Why do you and how do you still keep the intensity and the passion?
For my work?
Yes.
I love it. I told you that in the beginning. I just love it. I live it. I eat it. I breathe it. Working with everybody. They're my family. I wake up in the morning and I say, my God, today I said when I was coming here, God, I haven't been in the bakery in 3 days. I decided to take 2 days to go off with the kids and with my grandchildren.
Right.
And I'm saying, oh, it's late. It's 10 o'clock. What am I doing?
You haven't been in the kitchen yet?
Right. No, I haven't been in the kitchen yet. It's like,
and you're still, by the way, you're still in that kitchen?
Yes.
You don't give that up?
No.
You're a big star. It doesn't matter. Got to be in the kitchen.
No, I go down there, put on my jacket, change my clothing, get ready, do a little office work, go out and bake with them. If they're in trouble, I help. It's part of my day.
Gotta ask you this, 30 seconds. Your favorite meal?
Breakfast.
What's great about breakfast?
Oh, I don't know. It's the first thing. It's the stomach is fresh. The taste buds are alive. You haven't been drinking coffee all day. You haven't eaten other meals. It's the first thing you eat in the morning. That first bite tastes the best.
You mind if I plug your book again?
Please do.
You okay?
Yes.
Being plugged on PBS is good.
I love it.
Yeah. Sarabeth's Bakery, from my hands to yours, Sarabeth Levine. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us at the Tisch WNET studios right here at Lincoln Center.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
One-on-one will continue right after this. That was fun.
This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Barnabas Health, County College of Morris, connecting learning and life, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship, and by MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey. Promotional support provided by The Record, North Jersey's trusted source, and northjersey.com. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.